Prime Minister signed $274.5 million contract for Montego Bay Perimeter Road project, announces winner in low-cost housing design competition, and secures 200,000 doses of Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Dante Matthews.
Today is yet another manifestation of the government's commitment to providing affordable, sustainable, and climate-resilient housing solutions for our most needy, for our hard-working citizens, and for our indigent citizens.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness last week Tuesday as he announced the winners of the government's low-cost housing design competition. In addition to a $50,000 honorable mention prize, the top 3 winners in the 1, 2 or 3 bedrooms and tenement yard categories walked away with between $250,000 and $1 million. Prime Minister Holness says the designs will be used to fast-track housing construction on government projects, including the National Social Housing Program.
And I'm hoping that from this design competition and government building out these solutions right across Jamaica, we can then start to stimulate and inspire people who are building to change the way in which they are building. And that will have a signal effect right across the country.
On Tuesday afternoon, Mr. Holness successfully brought a motion in the House of Representatives to extend the states of public emergency SOEs in 7 police divisions across Jamaica.
We have an emergency. We have criminals who are brazen and who are resourced. Madam Speaker, when we have a situation where an internationally sponsored peace training event is taking place in Westmoreland, and someone, a youngster, can walk into that training session in the open view of everyone and kill another youngster. Isn't that an emergency?
The lower house approved the motion, but the Senate did not secure enough votes during its sitting on Thursday. The SOEs in Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, and the corporate area divisions of St. Andrews South, Kingston Eastern, Kingston Western, and Kingston Central expired on Sunday. Word also came Tuesday that Prime Minister Andrew Holness had shifted portfolio responsibility for the Clarendon Alumina Production Limited (CAP). The entity, which was previously under the Ministry of Transport and Mining, is now being supervised by the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. There have been calls in recent times for government to provide financial support to CAP because of the separated nature of the Jamaica joint venture and the unfavorable global market conditions. In a release, Mr. Holness says the change in administration will ensure that the transformation of Jamaica to a combined joint venture continues without disruption. He says it will also eliminate any financial risk. The Finance Ministry has been providing funding and strategic guidance to the Jamaica Incorporation project, and several milestones have already been achieved. Government currently holds 45% interest in the Jamaica refinery through CAP, while the Noble Group owns the other 55%. On Wednesday, the Prime Minister signed a contract with the People's Republic of China to secure 200,000 doses of Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine brings to 4 the number of brands available to the island's inoculation program. Half of the doses are a gift from the Chinese government, while the remaining doses will be paid for by the Jamaican government. At the handover ceremony, Mr. Holness touted the reliable partnership Jamaica has shared with the Asian giant, providing much-needed medical supplies and other resources.
These greatly appreciated Sinopharm vaccines also demonstrate the value of the evolving relationship which Jamaica shares with China and is in keeping with collective efforts to respond to an ever-changing environment as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Wednesday also saw the Prime Minister signing a $274.5 million contract with China Harbour Engineering Company (CHEC) for the construction of the long-awaited Montego Bay Perimeter Road project. The The government-funded project is being overseen by the National Road Operating Company (NROC) and will comprise several components. They include the Barnett Street West Green Avenue Road rehabilitation, the Long Hill Bypass, and a comprehensive drainage study of the Montego Bay Bypass. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says a critical feature of the road's design is its resilience against natural disasters such as flooding.
The roads that we're constructing there, in terms of this bypass and addressing Long Hill, strategically moves our roadways inland, and that was strategically done. The path that was chosen for the road was strategically done because we have to consider the impact of climate change, particularly sea level rise, on our infrastructure.
The new highway will accommodate broadband cables, water mains and drainage, and is expected to ease travel in urban space while increasing opportunities for tourism. Prime Minister Holness says the contract with CHEC stipulates that the contractor uses a minimum of 90% Jamaican labor for unskilled construction work. The contract will also ensure that at least 50% of the technical works must be done by skilled Jamaican workers. CHEC will also collaborate with the Heart NSDA Trust to develop and implement a training program for the transfer of knowledge and technology. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Dante Matthews. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.